that we have too many people who say that they are saved. Yeah, but they've not involved themselves in doing anything. Yeah, but don't you know tonight that the Lord did not save us to sit. Oh Lord, but don't you know that the Lord saved us to serve? Yeah, and you know, I like the old people because they had a motto and where they were saying, a charge to keep our hand. Yeah, and I got a God to glorify. Yeah, and they went on to say that I gotta serve this present age, my calling to fulfill. Yeah, and I like Saul in this part of the text because he said to the Lord, what will you have me to do? Yeah, and you know tonight, I like what Jesus told him. You know what he said? He said, get up and go on to Damascus. Yeah, I want you to keep going in the same direction. And don't you know tonight that when God saves us, he does not always change our direction. But then sometimes, you know what he does? He'll change the reason why we're headed in that direction. Yeah, you know Peter, yes, was a fighter, but when he got saved, he was still a fighter, but he's fighting now for the right reason. Did you hear me? Some of you were good dancers on the dance floor, and when the Lord saved you, you didn't stop dancing, but now you just changed dance floors. Do I have a witness? You know what Jesus told him? Go on down to Damascus, and when you get down there, I got a man that's going to tell you what I need you to know. Ain't God all right? He didn't change his direction, but he changed the reason that he was headed there. You know, in the first place, he was headed there to harm them, but now he's headed to help them. In the beginning, he was headed to capture them, but now he's headed to convert them. He was headed in the beginning to do mischief, but now he's headed to minister. In the beginning, he was headed to injure them, but now he's headed to inform them. Headed to persecute them, but now headed to preach to them. Headed to bind them, but now headed to build them. Do I have a witness? Is there anybody here that know that the Lord will take your enemy and make him bless you? Shake somebody's hand and tell them, no, the Lord will take your enemy and make them bless you. Ain't God all right? Look at him, headed down to Damascus. He's a changed man. Is that good news? And let me poll the house. Is there anybody here that can say, I've been changed? Come on and lift your little hand if you can say, I've been changed. Come on, help me get the word out. Catch your neighbor's hand. Look at them in the face and hold their hand and tell them, neighbor, one thing I know, I sure been born again. I've been changed. Is that good news? I said, is that good news? That you know you've been changed? Well, then find another neighbor. Look at them in the face. Shake their hand and tell them, neighbor, if the Lord can change me, he's able to change anybody. Ain't God all right? Ain't he all right? Won't he change anybody? You see, I love the Lord because do you not know he can take a sinner, make him a saint, take a wicked man, make him a witness, take a mistress, make her a missionary, make a drunk into a deacon, a user into an usher, a pimp into a preacher, a trickster into a trustee. Shake somebody's hand and tell them, neighbor, the Lord, come on, tell your neighbor, the Lord is able to change anybody. Won't he do it?